Hey everybody, thanks for joining today. Today I'm going to talk about three simple things that I have set out to accomplish over the next year, and I'm going to talk about the three goals I've set for myself, and one really simple trick that I'll talk about at the end of the video today about how to accomplish them. So let's get right into it. Goal number one. My major goal for this journey really is to lose weight. So just brass tacks, a couple years ago I had a surgery. Surgery required an open abdominal incision, and in the last 2 years a hernia has opened up in that spot. So went to the doctor. They said, yeah, you have an incisional hernia and that's going to need to be repaired. And so one of the things that I was a little bit surprised about was they said, well, you're kind of big, which I already knew. And they were kind of like, well, we can do this, but unless you lose weight, it's just going to open up again because you have a major incision there. And so that was on February 11th of this year. So I said, hey, look, I can lose some weight. And they said, okay, we'll schedule the surgery for May 1st. That's coming up in about, 5 weeks, or maybe a little less than that. So my first goal was to lose weight. My overall goal for the year really is to lose that weight, keep it off for the rest of my life, because I don't want to go through another abdominal surgery. I've gone through 2 of them before. I'll talk about that another time. But I can tell you this, not fun, not super fun recovery, not super fun to deal with at all. So goal number one is to be at a healthy weight, which for someone my build and my size is about 240 pounds, maybe a little less, maybe a little more than that. So that means I need to lose about 80 pounds. I'm not planning on doing that before May 1st. I am planning to lose another maybe 12 pounds or so by the surgery date. Would be great. Since February 11th, I've actually lost 28 pounds so far. So I've kept to a really simple diet, pretty simple exercise routine, just being really consistent, and it's working. So anyway, somebody asked a comment that if I had ever done this before, and I have. In my 30s, I had lost about 100 pounds, and I got in a really good shape. I was in shape before in college, and after I got married and had kids, career, work, all those things it got away from me. And the why of that is something that I'm going to be exploring a little bit more. I have a lot of ideas about that. So, I've yo-yoed a couple of times. Again, not fun, but it is something that happens, and, there's nothing I can do about that now except for figure out how to move forward and to rectify the situation and make sure it doesn't happen again. And that's also a big part of this journey in that first goal, losing this weight, keeping it off, and continuing to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So outside of the weight I have and the incisional hernia I have, I actually have no other health problems. Really good blood pressure, low cholesterol, blood work is good. So that's great, but the 2 things that are there are risk factors and need to be addressed. So that's what we're going to do. The second goal that I had is more of a motivational goal. It has to do with fitness, and that is there's a cycling event coming up in September, and part of the reason of that goal was to ensure that my recovery from the surgery, I had something to work towards. And so the surgery is going to take me out of the gym for a good 4 to 6 weeks, maybe longer. It'll keep me off the bike for a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully at best. The last goal was documenting this process, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that today because in doing this part of it, I'm kind of new to this. I'm 52 years old, so having not grown up on the computer and being in front of the camera all the time is, I guess, just generational. And it feels strange doing this right now. I'm getting a little bit better at it, a little more comfortable talking into the camera. So I kind of went down this rabbit hole, I guess, of figuring out how to make these videos and how to put them onto YouTube and how to get people to watch them. And, there's a lot. There's a lot there. And I think that, like the first two goals, I'm going to keep this relatively simple. I'm not going to spend hours chopping out every breath or every pause or every or ah. Some of that's just going to be in there. That's just who I am. I'll get better at talking on camera. I already feel more comfortable with it now. And it's only been, a few days. The commitment that I made was to make at least one video and post it every week. I think I can do probably 2 if I have enough to talk about, which I seem to. Today's video, I'm back out here on my back porch, which is also a catio. No cats here right now, unfortunately, but this video I'm just going to put unedited, just as it is. I think it's a little more interesting to hear from people who are real, because so much of what we watch on TV and what we watch on screens, it's just so manipulated, so contrived, and so it's getting kind of boring, I think. So anyway, if that interests you and you want to follow along, if you're in your 50s and you're looking to lose some weight, then I'll show you how I'm doing it, because it's already working. And continuing doesn't even seem like a challenge. It doesn't really feel like a lot of work. If anything, it's actually kind of enjoyable. I feel better. I've got more energy and more confidence, I think. And we'll see how it goes. I'm not selling anything. I don't have any sponsors. The channel's not monetized. If there is something, though, that I come across along this journey that I find interesting, I'll show it to you. And I'll put a link if you're interested in it or not. I had started to make a little video about a smart scale that I ordered, and I mostly ordered a smart scale because my old scale was broken and the smart scale seemed kind of neat. And I've used it a little bit. After I've used it for a month or so, I'll show some results of that and how it works and how it's been working anyway. It's kind of neat. The new technology that's available out there. Some of it's super annoying and some of it's like really useful. So the last, what I alluded to earlier, the tip about accomplishing goals and about making changes in your life. Number one thing is write it down. Write it down on paper. You can just, making a goal and not writing it down, it's not tangible, it's not real. But when you've made the mind-body connection and then into this physical world on a piece of paper or on a chalkboard or on something. I like pencil and paper personally. But you've crystallized it into something that's now real. And it's tangible and you can touch it. It's not just an abstract thought anymore of a thing that you want to do. I kind of like the SMART goal. I don't remember what all the letters stand for, but basically it's got to be specific, it's got to be measurable, it has to be, I think, actionable, but I like to say achievable. You don't want to make a goal that's like ridiculous. I want to lose 100 pounds by next week. That's not going to happen. But if you do write a goal that's like, I'd like to lose 2 pounds a week or 2 pounds a month for the next 6 months, then that's achievable. So anyway, that's the standard, I think, is having it written down on a sheet of paper. You can take that paper and put it up somewhere where you can look at it every day, put it on the bathroom mirror, put it on the refrigerator, put it in your pocket. But as long as it's written down, I often find that I don't go back to things that I've written because I remember them better because I've written it down. So anyway, if that sounds good to you, I think I'm going to wrap it up here today. Traffic's starting to build up. Hopefully you don't hear it too much. But anyway, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.